fresh meat.
I'm Gimli. Let's break Diablo 2 down to the pixel. In this video I want to show you how to set up our PD2 map making example files and how you can test maps in-game with it already for graphic checkout. What you need is in the first place a single player file that you can run on hell with, and it should be in Act 5 that you can open the map for testing. And like I said, I've already prepared this PD2 map making files on my GitHub, so you're having this data, global and local folders and global Excel, and then in here we having some file types for testing. I will get into that a little bit because cube main is just used as last entry in here. Makes life a little bit easier for testing new maps. I set up a new cube recipe in here, so you put just one ID scroll in it, and then you're getting our T17 in normal stage map back. So you will get a normal map which has the item code T17, which is Halls of Torture, but we use this for our testing and empty map as well, so that work out. And this is just the only reason we do this. Otherwise, in misc.text I've added the inf graphic, so the inventory graphic of Halls of Torture. So this is that line, and in here we having this inf map underline Halls of Torture, and I changed it to a new graphic. I will show you this in a second again, but this is just for information what has changed in here. And then we have our levels, level pressed and level type, and like always using our AFJ editor for better view. And in here you can see that I have set up already a new map using the same index like Halls of Torture, and it's only referencing to this file 1 and nothing else. So this also is important that you know. And level pressed, we can see the Halls of Torture map is got the same ID as before, but it's now linked as only one file, and it's linking to our new map ds1 file, so you don't have to rename it for Halls of Torture or whatever. And in here we having also this dt1 mask. We had already talked a little bit about to calculate this. This value is based on the checksum, which is on level types. So to make it up in the memory spec again, we're just hitting dt1 calc, and this is representing the level types, and we only use file 1. So we just hit 1, calculate, and the dt1 mask value is 1 as well. And that's the value we need to put in here that this map can be run in game. And in levels.text, we having the Halls of Torture map also edited, so we having the new size of the map for testing, so that's already the correct version. And if we go in right further more, we can see that I have changed the values for the lightning. So 128 is full brightness in the map, and the color red, green and blue are at 255, which is the maximum, so between 0 and 255. So this is for kind of color disbalance, but we having full brightness and all colors available for graphic testing. That's the best purpose. And in here as well I have set all the monsters to 0. So for now, for testing purpose, there will now be monsters in there. Like you can see, there would be some monsters triggered, but like the values are already 0, so no monsters are in there, except the map boss, which is triggered by an object. Yeah, nothing else here to specify. You can see some level names, so Halls of Torture or 2 Halls of Torture, and they are also triggering some in-game text strings from the TBL file. So let's take a look at that as well. Because in the prepared files I have Also some local language English patch string table. Oh, I need to open it otherwise. Alright. And when we are searching for halls, you can see we have an entry for Halls of Torture boss, which is called Gimli, map boss in golden font. And when we go further down, we can see Halls of Torture map, which we are using, and I just renamed the text string for new map, and 2 Halls of Torture map representing the new map, and also the T17, which is the item code, is now texting new map. So this is what I changed in here. And in global items, we're having a new inventory map icon, let's call it like that. And I've changed it from the original one to this new one, and the new one, I can show you in a second, is looking like a little teddy bear. And with this tool, DCSX Creator, you can also import, export, open and save image files or replace them, whatever. So this is also another great tool. If you want to know more about that, check it out. So I've already done this for you. And then in titles expansion map, there's the new map DS1 file. And in PD2 assets new map, there's the graphic in here. So like I said, we copying this data folder to our main game, which I already did. And to run this in game, you need to have a shortcut of your Project Diablo 2 game exe file. So you can do this by setting a shortcut on the desktop, for example. And in properties, you need to set this to -direct -text. So that means that the data text files will be loaded on running this game as well. Or in my case, I'm playing with Pluggy. So when you run with Pluggy, you need to edit your Pluggy ini file. And also the launching parameter will be direct text edit in here as well. All right, so what does it look like in game? If I run the game, you can see on a single player, I have already a single player character on Hell Act 5. And it's always a great idea to have your loot filter deactivated for testing purpose. So I just disabled it. And how you get this new map, you just go to a vendor, you shop an ID scroll, and you put the ID scroll into your cube, nothing else, and hit transmute. And now you can see you get this little teddy bear, which is the new icon I've made for the map, and it's also calling new map. And to run this, you just hit right click, and then you can see there's a red portal to the new map. And when you can get into it, you can see, okay, we're having some floor titles, and you already see that this floor titles having some kind of randomness. So we're having this text on it, some blood, some bones, or empty ones. And this is because all these graphics share the same index numbers, and they will be randomly placed and disturbed over this place. So it's not always a static one like you see in the editor. So in the real game, they are different. Alright, so what you can see, we're having this map entry and the waypoint object in here. So we're having this already set up to testing your graphics in-game, and you can see all what is black I can't move so far, and that's why we are here. And as gimmick, we have also the map boss from Gimli in here, which is something you can play with, and maybe you're killing him or he kills you, whatever. But this is also for testing. If you want to make your own map boss at the end, you can also use this as reference, or if it's annoying for you to testing new stuff, you can just deleting it. And as well, you can, for testing purposes, it's always a great idea to have a sorter. because of teleport, and can try to reach areas where usually the people in-game also could reach. Alright, that's it for testing. So this is how you can check out your graphics in-game for debugging features while you're making new maps, and also for the objects if something is placed really great and working as intended.